Tonight on Connecticut's news station, rallying around the Huskies.
I think it could be a 2014 repeat, definitely.
UConn spirit spreading from Connecticut to the West Coast for the Sweet 16.
We're here in Las Vegas, but you wouldn't know it based on all of this UConn decor. Husky Nation has arrived for UConn's Sweet 16 game. I'm Jonah Karp. Coming up, we'll have more on tonight's contest against Arkansas.
And the longtime mayor of Waterbury not seeking re-election. What this means for the future of the Pratt City.
In addition to more rain on the way for tonight, we're also tracking a cold rain for Saturday, and it could start as a brief wintry mix. We'll time it out for you.
In Granby, they are really getting creative with their craft beer. I'm Jim Altman. It is our Work in CT this week. Coming up on the Fox 61 News.
Now at 6, this is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Good evening, and thanks for joining us on the Fox 61 News at 6. I'm Jen Bernstein.
And I'm Ben Goldman. March Madness continues on here. The Huskies' hype is heating up tonight. In just over an hour's time, the UConn men will hit the basketball court in Vegas as the Sweet 16 kicks off.
We have live team coverage tonight from the excitement here in Connecticut all the way to Las Vegas. We want to start with Fox 61 sports director Jonah Karp, who's in the middle of all of the action in Vegas. Hi, Jonah.
Hey guys, we're getting you ready for UConn and Arkansas in the Sweet 16 here in Las Vegas. One Husky who has been so instrumental to UConn's success this season is freshman sensation Donovan Clingan. He's a 7'2" center, and he's been fantastic. We're joined now by Donovan's father, Bill Clingan. Bill, Donovan's 7'2". How tall are you?
6'6".
6'6". At what age did Donovan pass you in height?
8th grade. He was, 12, 13.
And your reaction was what?
It was expected, because he's always been big, so.
Your reaction was, you better be playing basketball, right?
Oh, yeah.
At what age did Donovan start playing basketball?
Oh, he started playing at 5 years old.
And that was his choice?
Oh, yeah, baseball and basketball.
Was baseball ever an option when he was applying to college?
No, freshman year in high school, he stopped playing baseball.
What position was he when he played baseball?
A pitcher and first base.
Which was he better at?
He was good at both. He was pretty good at both. He could pitch pretty well. So.
How did Bristol Central prepare Donovan for UConn?
Major credit goes out to his head coach, Tim Barrett. I mean, they worked hard, very hard. Donovan was a very hard worker, and Tim is a very underrated coach. He did a great job with him.
This is your first time in Las Vegas, isn't it?
It is.
Enjoying yourself?
It's unbelievable. And just the whole environment is just crazy.
You excited for tonight's game?
I'm more nervous than excited.
For a moment, let's talk about the number 32. I know there's a story behind Donovan wearing 32.
His mom wore 32 in college. His mom played at the University of Maine, and that was her number. So he wears it in her honor.
And he's always worn the number 32?
Yes. Yeah, well, when he was younger, 8th grade stuff, they didn't have 32, so once he hit high school, it was 32.
Donovan has been such a key piece to the Huskies' success this season. How proud are you of your son?
Oh, I can't even tell you. Just all around, he's doing great as far as his schoolwork and everything, and I can't be happier, or prouder, so.
Bill, thank you so much for your time. Enjoy the game tonight.
Thank you.
The game tips off in just about an hour. We'll have more coverage tonight at 10 and 11. We're live from Las Vegas. Jonah Karp, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Good luck to the Huskies. Jonah, thank you very much. All right, turning to the weather now. A gloomy day outside, except, can I just say that it felt warm out, so I was okay with the fact that it rained.
It did feel warm. I thought you were going to say that you saw sun somewhere, and I was like, where were you?
No.
Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank joining us. Is that Rach?
I saw a little bit of sunshine this morning, right around 10 a.m., and I walked outside and I went, oh my gosh, this rain better come in soon. Otherwise, we're going to be warmer than I expected today. Some areas got close to 60 degrees, but then the rain came in. Taking a look, we have a few showers that are building back in again after a little bit of a break in the action that we had earlier today and are still experiencing for parts of central and eastern Connecticut. We've got rain going on right now, moving through Torrington, moving through Heartland, and we'll zoom in on some showers that are moving through southwestern Connecticut too, right around Waterbury, seeing a few showers, and also down through the New Haven area as well. As we widen out the picture, you'll see more significant showers back off to the west of us. No, actually, we didn't see a whole lot of measurable rain today. If you're collecting it in the bucket, it certainly made for a wet go of it if you wanted to take a walk outside. outside, but only a 1/10 of an inch of rain across the state, and that's rounding up. 54 in Hartford right now, 51 degrees for the New Haven area. Those are the warm temperatures that Jen was mentioning. Even though it's wet, at least it's been warm, and heading through the overnight hours, we'll be dropping back into the upper 30s to right around 40 degrees. We are dry as we head towards daybreak tomorrow, but it is a bit of a breezy start to the day. Then the wind relaxes. We'll see high temperatures in the lower to middle 50s with a mix of sun and clouds, and then another round of rain, this time a cold rain for Saturday, and it could start as a brief wintry mix. We'll explain coming up.
Okay, Rachel, thank you very much. Well, calling it quits after 12 years, Waterbury Mayor Neil O'Leary is hanging up his hat, making the announcement during his annual State of the City address today. Mayor O'Leary says that he's not going to seek re-election as mayor in the Brass City.
But as our Samaya Hernandez reports, his address was a bit outside of the norm. Samaya joining us now live from outside Waterbury City Hall to explain. Samaya.
Ben and Jen, we're used to State of the City addresses that are primarily highlight reels, but with 8 months left in his term, the Waterbury mayor is pointing to crime stats and calling for statewide policy change before moving on. Mayor Neil O'Leary's annual State of the City address and his last.
I have loved, and I mean it, I've loved every minute of these last 40 years.
From a 21-year-old patrolman in 1980 to chief of police, retiring in 2009, O'Leary was sworn in as mayor in 2011. He will have completed 43 years of service in the Brass City before turning 65 this year.
My family has made it clear to me that they would like to see if we can't spend a little more time together. This is a 7-day-a-week job, as you well know, and so I'm ready.
O'Leary touted moving the city from a junk to AA bond rating with a net taxable grand list of $6.8 billion and highlighted projects like the 18-month $10 billion downtown utility replacement.
We're excited about the future for downtown Waterbury.
The announcement was made Thursday in front of hundreds of leaders during a meeting of the Waterbury Regional Chamber, which has its own wish list for the next mayor.
Investments in economic development projects, brownfield remediation, quality of life programming.
But 4 days after the city's third homicide of 2023, O'Leary turning to crime stats and calling for stricter punishments for felons.
When you hear about crime in Connecticut or anywhere in the country, don't look to the police. Look to the legislature.
There's a very small group of individuals who are engaged in prior violent felony offenses, prior gun offenses that are committing the majority of gun violence here in our state.
As of Thursday, 2 people have filed paperwork with the town clerk to run for mayor, Democrat Keisha Gilliams and Republican Don Mariano. O'Leary says he encouraged his Board of Aldermen President Paul Pernarewski to file exploratory paperwork recently.
Obviously, he's very important to me, and we'll see where it goes from here.
And the alderman president tells me that he's moving full steam ahead in his bid for mayor. The police chief says that he hopes that the next mayor provides the department with the same level of support as O'Leary. We're live in Waterbury. I'm Samaya Hernandez, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Samaya, thank you. New tonight, the wife of former state representative Michael Damas has been sentenced for her involvement in the embezzlement of COVID funds. Lauren Damas will now spend 6 months behind bars, followed by 5 years of supervised release. She'll also have to pay more than $147,000 in restitution. This comes one day after former West Haven employee John Bernardo was sentenced to 13 months in prison for his involvement. Michael Damas pleaded guilty last year, but has not yet been sentenced. Also new tonight, the deadline for state lawmakers to vote on a bill that would allocate funds for out-of-state people seeking abortions has been pushed back. The Human Services Committee now has until next Thursday to vote on the bill. They were originally supposed to vote on that today. Just yesterday, hundreds of protesters gathered at the Capitol for a March for Life rally showing their disapproval of the legislation. After Roe v. Wade was overturned, Governor Ned Lamont reaffirmed his commitment to keeping abortions legal in the state of Connecticut.
Well, tonight, Fox 61 is digging deeper into the dramatic dash cam video that shows a dangerous chase in East Haven. Now, luckily, no one was hurt, but it was a close call, and it left residents and law enforcement shaken up. Fox 61's Matt Karen is in East Haven to explain what happened.
Take a look. More than 24 hours later, and you can still see the tire marks, the shattered glass, and the broken fence. This is where the incident came to an end, just feet away from two different schools, right at the beginning of the day.
They just wrecked my car.
Moments later, a second collision, causing the suspect vehicle's airbags to deploy.
Anybody could have got hurt with those kids driving their car. Anybody.
The dramatic incident unfolding just feet away from where Gennaro Basilio has lived for the last 60 years.
Next thing I knew, there was 10, 12 police cars down here, and they went up to the car and they were going to start taking people out.
8:30 a.m. Wednesday, East Haven police spot a Hyundai stolen from New Haven. They pursue to Hudson Street, a dead-end road.
IS-4 units to the top of Hudson now.
Pinning the vehicle between a tree and a fence as officers moved in. Pulling 5 juveniles out, charged with larceny, assault on police, and burglary, among other things.
We are failing our kids.
House Minority Leader Vin Candelora represents East Haven and told Fox 61 it's indicative of a bigger problem.
We shouldn't just be releasing these kids right after a crime occurs.
He's in favor of reopening Connecticut's shuttered juvenile detention facility in Middletown.
I understand that it had its pitfalls, but, shifting them into group homes under DCF care without the proper training and supervision isn't a solution either.
The incident in East Haven could have been a lot worse. Kids play on those tennis courts all day, just feet away from the Melillo Middle School and East Haven Academy, both placed on lockdown during the chase and capture.
Where were the parents? Why weren't the kids in school? I don't understand that.
Both residents and lawmakers echoing that sentiment, pleading with parents to become more involved. They say today teens grow up in a world facing distraction and temptation, everything from drugs and gambling to social media mania. Reporting in East Haven, Matt Caron, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Matt, thank you. In response to a recent rise in vehicle thefts, Hamden police are giving out steering wheel locks to residents. Police say that they received a supply of the locks from Hyundai as part of their anti-theft service campaign. Anyone who owns a Hyundai or a Kia that was manufactured before November of 2021 can pick up a lock free of charge at the police station on Dixwell Ave.
Well, 2 teens are facing charges tonight for allegedly making a bomb threat at the Cinemark movie theater in Milford. Christian Cuomo and Tyvon Torres are accused of calling the theater and reporting to have a bomb outside of the building. Officers cleared the theater and parking lot while they investigated. They later determined it was a hoax.